All right, we'll be okay. Hey everybody, this is Josh, and with me is Dario, the little one from Team Liquid, and we're at MLG Dallas Day 2, and a lot of games have been played here already. You yourself have had a couple of great series on the stream and off, so why don't you tell everyone about today's games in particular?
Today's game were pretty sick actually. I was scared at so many moments. I should have lost many of those games, but I don't know how, but I kind of won those.
Well, who did you play that first series against? Do you remember? You played Kiwi Kaki just now, but before that you played
Jeremiah the Frog.
Jeremiah Bullfrog? You played someone else on the stream though, didn't you? Or was that yesterday? Back up farther than that, let's see. You played someone really... You had a stream series.
Did I?
I think so.
Wait a second. I totally
Hang on.
forgot.
We'll figure this out.
Wait a second. I think
Was it a Terran? Oh, you have your bracket right there? I know you played someone decent, and it was on the stream.
Was it today?
Might have been yesterday. See, TLO doesn't even remember who he plays. He just stomps people out.
It was Jeremiah, and then it was Kiwi.
I really thought you played another streamed series, but I know it wasn't Jeremiah. Oh, you played Torch, didn't you?
Yeah, yesterday.
That was yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, all the games run together. All right, so scratch that, and I'll ask you about the Torch series from yesterday. Torch tried a couple of weird things against you. Do you want to talk about that series just in general?
First game on Lost Temple. He tried to Thor drop me on Lost Temple. I was in the left position, he was bottom. Didn't really work out too well. I don't think it's a valid strategy anymore. And so I was in a big advantage like most of the game. And I scouted 3 starport, Tech Lab, and saw Raven. So I was kind of assuming he's going Mass Raven.
Right.
And then I was really shocked when I saw 4 battlecruisers coming out with like 40 SCVs, none of that, repairing. It was pretty dangerous. I thought he almost had me.
Yeah.
But then I was patient enough to stand back, and I dropped his main and killed all his production. So that was fine. And second game on Desert Oasis, he tried to nuke rush me.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy when I saw the Ghost Academy with my Overlord. I was like, oh. That's nice. I don't think I can lose anymore now.
Yeah, that's true.
That was strange.
He in the first map, that's why it stuck in my head, even though I couldn't remember who you played. I remembered that game specifically because it was such a crazy base trade. You don't see that a lot, especially in these high-level games like an MLG. And I know, like, when you were playing, I was trying to get into your head and imagine, like, you didn't know where Torch's buildings were. You didn't know if he had any until you started scouting around with your Zerglings a lot. So he could have had, an economy. He didn't. Like, you were in a very good position pretty much the whole time. And right when you built the Hydralisk Den, everyone that I was sitting with was like, yes, finally. Because it seemed like you saw the battlecruiser and waited a while to get the Hydralisk Den. And then once they were out, it was just easy. What do you think about that?
Well, I think getting the Hydralisk earlier wouldn't have really helped me. I needed to take out his ground forces. Because as long as he has ground forces, Hydralisks are horrible. So I was trying to wait until I can take down the ground forces and then get Hydralisk so I can deal with the battlecruisers.
All right. Well, either way, it was a very tense game. And then, of course, the second game, I think Torch is going to be famous now for a nuke that he dropped that killed 1 drone. Like I actually already saw an image macro somebody posted about 1 nuke, 1 drone, kind of something like that. So
I think you should take the let the nuking be part of my play and not...
All right. Well, we said already that you played Jeremiah Bullfrog. He's another Zerg player. He's not well known by the community, but he actually surprised a few people by beating Whiplash early in the tournament and things like that. What is your opinion of Jeremiah? What kind of things do you think he could improve upon, maybe?
Well, he seemed like a pretty cheesy player, so... He was playing pretty decent first game. He was doing like a late Roach all-in, which almost surprised me. But, well, he seems to lack solid mechanics, so he probably needs to improve on that.
Okay. Well, and then the Kiwi Kaki series was just streamed. It went to all 3 games. It was pretty exciting for the crowd at home. The first game was pretty quick. Do you want to tell us how you overcame his very aggressive play?
I was pretty lucky, actually. With my first 6 Zerglings, I decided to just attack his rocks. So they got taken down like pretty early. He put 2 pylons at my base to block me from getting out. So I killed my own rocks. And he made a mistake not taking his stalkers back to his base, so I could kill all his stalkers and then run into his base with circlings because I killed his rocks early already, and win the game with circling bane lane. It was pretty close. If he would have not lost the stalker, I don't think I could have won the game.
Well, the second game was a bit longer, and that was on Steps of War, where it looked like you had a pretty strong advantage initially with the burrowing roaches, but he was able to contain you for long enough to get his robo facility up and things like that. What basically went wrong for you that time?
Well, as soon as he had contained me with pylons, it was almost over. It is such a strong strategy, and even Tyler warned me before the game, and Huck told me too he's gonna do it, but I was still too stupid to prevent it for some reason.
So you didn't heed the warnings, really. You knew it was coming and still just couldn't stop it. But that was actually a much better game out of Kiwi. And then the third and final game was probably the longest of all three, I think, on Scrap Station. I didn't actually get to see a lot of that one. Do you want to just give me a rundown of that one and maybe what went in your favor in that game?
Yeah. Well, Tyler told me also he's gonna do a cannon rush on Scrap Station. He likes to do that. So I go pool first because I see a forge of him, and then I see he has this probe at my natural, so I decide I take the third base because I thought he's gonna pylon block me anyways. But then I even saw a cannon making at my natural, and I was already taking my third base instead, so I was pretty lucky. And then he wanted to kill the third base with cannons. I killed the cannons. He tried to go Void Ray. I prevented the Void Ray, and then it was basically over.
Yeah, I saw the base at the third, but I thought I'd missed something at the natural, like a denial or something like that. But you said he went Void Ray, and I actually did see a couple of Void Rays be killed by just queens. And there was even like a standoff where it was a queen versus a Void Ray. And you didn't really know who was going to end up alive. But you did manage to take the series from Kiwi Kaki. And next up, do you have any idea who you're going to be playing?
I think I'm playing TT1.
Okay. Oh, that's right. And I just interviewed TT1, so he actually told me he doesn't know how you play at all.
That's good for me.
I did let it slip that I've seen you do Roach Infester several times, so maybe maybe I shouldn't have told you that. I don't know.
Any tips for me? Because
I'm not.
I have no clue how
I'm not worried about the ethics here, but these players don't know anything about each other. They're both very, very good players. I'm going to be excited to see what they come up with. But TT1 obviously a very strong Protoss player. Kiwi Kaki is a very strong Protoss player, and you just showed us that you can hang with the very high-level Protoss players. So I think you'll do okay. We'll see. And how do you feel about the rest of Team Liquid being here? They're all doing very well still.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think we can really make Dallas our whole victory. Yeah. I think it's great, really. Being with all the Liquid guys is amazing.
I'll ask you about, did you see the series between Hydra and Nazgul?
Yeah.
Let's get your thoughts on that series.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because he was beating me with Blink Stalkers, that strategy like 1 month ago when he was in Korea with us. He was playing the Blink Stalker strategy against me a couple of times, and it's so annoying to play against. He beat me like 10 times in a row.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I knew it was coming. Like
right.
Yeah.
And we just saw the show match last week where Tyler very effectively used Blink Stalkers against Hydra in that show match and ended up winning 4-1. And I believe Tyler's still in the upper bracket, is that correct? And Nazgul?
No, Nazgul is in the loser.
Who did Nazgul lose to?
Against Pen User.
I did not know that. Wait, I thought Pain User was in the lower bracket. He must be doing very well. I didn't know that. Oh, man. Okay, well, you still got a lot of guys still in the tournament. Liquid has a chance to take basically all the podium positions. How do you feel? We had Rhett and Huck had to play each other earlier. How do you think you'll feel about having to play another Liquid team member? I know this is an individual sport, first and foremost, so give us your thoughts on that if you had to play a Liquid person.
Well, I'm pretty lucky that I don't have to enter the finals, but yeah, it always sucks. You kind of have to try to forget that you play your team member as soon as you enter the game, but before it's really uncomfortable for me. Yeah. You have to ignore it somehow. But
Right. And I've heard you say in another interview you kind of don't look at the player who you're against. You just try and do your own thing, and that's, I mean, you have to do it in situations like that. So what do you think about this? This isn't the first American event you played in because you're at BlizzCon, but MLG in general is your first one. How do you think it stacks up to events like GSL and BlizzCon and things like that?
It's pretty sick, actually. Like, the crowd is going wild and everything. I like it. It's amazing.
Huck compared it to IEM Germany in Cologne. That was really the first event where we saw a ton of fans. How do you think MLG Dallas stacks up compared to Cologne?
Yeah, it seems like the crowd is really active, even though in Cologne it was more people. Everybody is really cheering loudly here. I like that, it's great.
Yeah. What about the fans? Are you getting a lot of people asking you for autographs and pictures and things like that?
Yeah, of course. It's happening all the time.
Well, that's because everyone loves you, TLO. How can they not? But I, for one, am a fan of switching back to Zerg. I know that one of the plays that made you famous, I want to say, was the games against White Raw, all the way back with the Nidus and the drones and the Queen. Yeah, but so your triumphant Zerg return, are you feeling comfortable with Zerg, and do you think you can still have room to improve?
I feel so comfortable with Zerg now, and even I see so much potential at Zerg. Like, I think I can become 10 times better than I am right now. Yeah. Zerg is awesome. Yeah. I love it.
And that's true. And even Rhett is Zerg, and he's killing it up there as well. So, liquid Zergs, be afraid of them. All right, so I'm struggling to come up with anything else to ask you. We already know about the Europe-Korea thing, and you've said yourself you may visit Korea again in the future. So wish you luck in Europe. And is there anything, shout-outs or anything else you'd like to say to the fans out there?
Yeah, I want to thank the Little App Factory as our sponsor. Yeah. That's always important to say, I guess. Yeah, and keep cheering for us.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Hope you do well.